Welcome back, my demons. You know me, I am DEATHBAT78, and today I want to give you my opinion on Marvel's Avengers. This is my first review, so my demons, I'd appreciate any feedback you have. Let's get into it. Where to begin with this game is difficult, but I'll start by saying this game is not the MCU. If it wasn't obvious enough, this game is a new take on probably the most beloved superhero team of the past decade. We have Iron Man, we have the Hulk, and we have Thor, and they all feel really familiar, but they also feel very different from the heroes we have come to love on the big screen. While we have grown accustomed to Hollywood actors suiting up as our favorite comic book heroes, we have a new cast of voice actors that bring this game to life.
You waiting?
Yeah, obviously. Figured I'd let you catch up.
And if you're like most people and hate change, well, you probably flipped when you saw the trailer for the game.
Is that a joke?
Now that is out of the way, let's dig into the story. Without spoiling anything, we begin our journey on Avengers Day. Kamala Khan, aka Miss Marvel, is a finalist in the comic book contest and is brought aboard the Chimera. Everything starts off well enough until an explosion interrupts the pleasantries and our heroes need to spring into action.
Nice bag.
Oh no, this doesn't look good. We should get out of here. Come.
Sounds pretty big for an accident.
There are no accidents.
Thor, Tony, check it out. At once.
Try to keep up.
After some very cinematic, jaw-dropping action, we see the Chimera explode and we are brought up to speed by this cutscene.
What's happening here?
The city's collapsing.
Damn it, they played us. Steve, can you hear me? Get the hell out of there!
Screw this.
5 years ago, the Avengers paraded dangerous, untested technology causing damage on an unprecedented scale. Our beloved Captain America was killed during the attempted theft of this technology. Thousands of other innocent people died, and many more still bear the scars of what has come to be known as A-Day. Hundreds fell sick, encased in strange cocoons, only to emerge with dangerous, otherworldly powers. With no known cure, the disease has spread across the country, and while both S.H.I.E.L.D. and the Avengers promised to rectify the situation, it was Dr. Banner's testimony that brought about the end of an era.
You so-called heroes transformed San Francisco into an infectious, gas-filled quarantine zone. You unleashed diseased, powerful beings that wreak havoc throughout our nation. Many still lay dormant, unidentified. So I ask you again, Dr. Banner, do the Avengers pose a danger to society?
Yes.
Their activities outlawed, the once mighty heroes disbanded. But out of tragedy is born hope. After the government liquidation of Stark Industries, Dr. George Tarleton, himself a victim of A-Day and founder of Advanced Idea Mechanics, thinks science is the solution to our nation's problems.
I wish I knew what happened to Captain Rogers that day, but I was nowhere near the reactor room. I don't have those answers, but I can promise you this. I will use this second chance to make you safe. AIM will find a cure for the inhuman disease.
After the events of A-Day, Kamala seeks out help and joins the resistance against AIM, and along the way we get to see the Avengers reassemble. Overall, the story is very good, and the characters are all portrayed very well, but as we move into gameplay, we start to see some issues. The core gameplay consists of missions bringing us to small open worlds where we smash some stuff, beat up some bad guys, smash more stuff, and beat up some more bad guys. Repetitive as it might be, my initial reaction was, oh my god, this is so much fun. Playing as our favorite heroes feels amazing. Iron Man is light on his feet and smoothly transitions from beating you on the ground to launching you into the air and still delivering a beating. Hulk is massive and steamrolls any enemies in his way, and it's also great to see him be able to lift enemies off their feet and smash, smash, smash. He also does this.
Shit!
The rest of our heroes can kick butt as well as you expect them to. Thor using Mjolnir, Black Widow using expert hand-to-hand combat and dual pistols, and Kamala uses her polymorph abilities to deliver a beating from a distance. That being said, the game's objectives don't seem to bring the same diversity. The very beginning of the game has you play through a linear cinematic action set piece which draws you in and builds an immersive experience. And then the rest of the game has you hopping around small open world areas following the little light that guides you to your objectives. Some criticize the game for having a campaign locked to single player, but I have no problem with that. However, when the core of the objectives are equivalent to Destiny's public events, you can't help but feel awkward playing alone. Speaking of Destiny, Marvel's Avengers adopts a similar loot system. The power ranking is your general level of strength, and every mission has their own ranking of power. Depending on your power level, you'll know whether the next mission will be a challenge or not. All the loot you pick up for our heroes can be boosted with supplies you find in the game. If not, you can swap out for other pieces of gear, although none of the gear makes any cosmetic difference. They also have a perk system that can enhance certain attacks or give you offensive or defensive buffs. You also get a decent perk tree to unlock new abilities, and every character comes with a unique challenge card which allows you to unlock new cosmetic upgrades. New suits, calling cards, and emotes are the name of the game, and you can unlock them with in-game currency. These games as a service systems don't stop there though. Gear and cosmetic vendors are also available to sell you things as long as you have enough rep with the faction vendor and enough currency. Whew. Are you still with me? This game is massive and is meant to keep bringing you back by having you grind for new unlockables for your characters, but unfortunately the overall delivery is lacking. Although the single player experience is fun, the overall grind of playing the same mission over and over is apparent from the start. Feeling uninspired, the gameplay brings what should have been a Game of the Year contender down to a soulless cash grab. My personal opinion though, is the game has a lot of potential for growth. While I argue that maybe sometimes there's too much going on screen and the difficulty ramps up without giving enough progression for our heroes, the game is still fun. Combat feels responsive, and although it's not as good as Batman Arkham, which uses a similar system of combat, it still gives the players a bit of a challenge. It also has enough of its own personality that I can't wait to see new editions of our favorite heroes and the continuation of the story. This wasn't what I was expecting at all. Slowly figuring out this game was a multiplayer game in the same genre as Destiny had me quite puzzled and scratching my head, but this game, in my opinion, gets a 7 out of 10. There's a lot done well, but equally done bad. Only time will tell if the developers will improve on this unique and polarizing game they have created. But anyways, my demons, you know what time it is. You are free to go.